Hello and welcome to another episode of Mid Island Custom Diecast. My name is Evan, and today we're going to be tackling the 52 Hudson Hornet by Hot Wheels for the Daytona 500. Now, I've never watched a NASCAR race, but supposedly Daytona's been running for 70 years. Best I can find online is that they've been running it for 62, so if you would like to educate me on the history, please let me know in the comments. Remember, if you like what you see, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. Here's the car we started with. It's the 52 Hudson Hornet, stock car in gray with yellow numbering. And the idea here is to take the car apart and build a race car sponsored by your channel. So we'll be making up some Mid Island Custom Diecast decals. Let's get to it. So we got the car out of the stripper, and pretty clean. We take the wire wheel to it and give it a good burnishing, get any scraps of paint off that were stuck in the panel lines, and just remove any bits of oxidization that might be there. And then we'll take the microfiles, and there were some nasty casting lines across the front of the hood here. So we attacked those. There were also a little bit on the roof and on the back, but by far the most of my time was spent here on the hood, and it turned out okay. So after we hit it with the files, we go over it with the Scotch-Brite on the Dremel. Yeah, not much to say about this step here, except that I've seen a bunch of builders doing it, and I really love it. It gives the car a nice little finish before paint. I feel like it helps the primer stick to it, just gives it that nice little rough up that it needs. But either way, that's what I do. So moving on, we'll set that aside and get the base ready. We pop the wheels out, and we'll throw that in the jar of Easy Off oven cleaner, remove the chrome. The obligatory steering wheel swap. We'll cut that off with some sprue cutters. And so for this one, I drilled through the dash and into the steering wheel column, put a little wire in. I don't know, I did this with the last build for the Dakar truck I did, and seemed to give it some more stability instead of just gluing it butt joint to butt joint. So that's what we did this time, glued it on, and then we cut off the extra wire there. Here's the car after some primer. Now, what I did here is I taped off the bottom of the car. I want to go for two-tone orange and black. Now, yeah, kind of stupid. I should have painted the whole car black and then taped it off for the orange, but I didn't. So that caused me a bunch of extra work and a bunch of grief, which I really didn't record much of, but I'll explain it to you down the way. Here's the base. We got that out of the Easy Off. We're going to paint that black, and we're going to drop it, but no harm done. This is something I do all the time. I always forget to fit the wheels before I paint the base. It's ridiculous, and I gotta stop doing it. But regardless, it kind of worked out fine this time. Here is the black paint. I did a nice light coat for the first coat. This is the second coat. First coat's just to kind of seal the tape and get that mist coat on. Here's the rest of the tape. I've taped off the top of the car now. I left some racing stripes on the top. I thought that would look kind of cool. I put 3 coats of paint on for the orange, and the tape lines along the middle of the car came out real nice, no problems whatsoever. The top of the car, the stripes though, not as good. You'll see in the finished product, but and I didn't record it, but when we took the tape off the first time, it pulled off a bunch of the orange paint. None of the black, thankfully, so I had to retape it, respray. Anyway, it didn't turn out great anyway, but it looks okay. Here are the decals I made just on the inkjet printer at home that I have. Pretty happy with the color as they look on the decal sheet. Not great on the car. You'll see that also. Anyway, still learning how to make decals. It's not my strongest bit, graphics manipulation. And I don't have a great printer, I guess, or great decal sheets. but you'll see all that. So here's a little bit of the detail painting. Just went over the bumpers with the chrome silver, front and back, grill, all that stuff. And so I've been watching a lot of miniature painting online, Warhammer 40K and that kind of stuff. Just trying to learn more about how to do detail painting, because those guys, I mean, are amazing. So yeah, anyway, I think that my detail painting has improved. Just have to do a bunch more practice, but I felt better doing it on this car than I had before. Much less overpainting than usual. Didn't have to go back and touch anything up. So that was great. Here is the front grille. Just going to show you a little bit of that painting as well. I did go over what I thought were the marker lights, judging by looking at pictures of the Hudson. These aren't my favorite cars, and like I said, I don't know much about Daytona. So this build was, I was just sort of, I don't know. I did a bunch of things, you know, and hopefully it turns out okay. Hopefully you like it. Here we're just, we're just going to finish up painting. The grill, I did go over the grill with a Nuln Oil just to give it a little more definition after. And like I said, did some clear orange for the indicators. I also painted Wraith Bone for the headlights. Kind of a weird color choice. Should have gone with the off-white, but regardless. Let's have a look at what we started with. There's the original. Pretty cool looking car, actually. I would like to do a custom where I kind of chop it up a bit and make it a little more crazy. Before we see where we ended up, please go check out my Instagram at Mid Island Custom Diecast for updates on the Skid Invitational build. And Andrew at Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers is doing a 1 year, 1,000 subs invitational. We're doing Porsches, and I would like to give the car that I'm doing away. Hopefully I get to 500 subs at this point. But either way, I will be doing a giveaway on the channel for a subscriber, so stay tuned for that. Now let's check out where we ended up. Here it is on the turntable. So as you can see, the decals on the orange don't look as blue as they did on my sheet. Obviously, the inkjet printer doesn't put down enough ink to really make it opaque enough. But I think those turned out good. You can see on the roof, I do have orange Hudson Hornet and orange number 13s on the corners. Can't really see them against the black at all. They just didn't show up. I left them on. I cleared over them. They still didn't pop. It is what it is. The car looks pretty good. I'm happy with the clear coat. I'm pretty happy with the paint. A little disappointed in the decals. But having said all that, I want to thank all you guys for watching. I'm excited to have my own Mid Island Custom Diecast stock car. Maybe I'll tackle this project again in the future. Anyway, if you are still listening to me here, please do subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we'll catch you guys next time.